Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot1025fm.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
Hey, what's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot1025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale. Always coming through, helping your boy out, get some things off my chest and helping some of our listeners / viewers. What up, Dakarai? Some of our listeners / viewers. Hey, babe, you in the building as always. Love to see you in this thing. Helping them get something off their chest as well, because I always appreciate my peanut gallery out there that's helping me get some information out to the people. I always like to start off with a disclaimer. Y'all know what it is. I have not been trained in any way, shape, form, or fashion on how to be a counselor, how to be a psychologist and or psychiatrist. But what I have done is I've lived a life that has been full of a lot of experiences, right? And if not, I've been close enough to some people that allowed me to soak up some of their life and sponge that up and squeeze it back out to y'all and give y'all the best advice that I can. Because, you know, what's going on, Darren Marie? Always good to see my family in the building. What's up, the queen? Yeah, it's always, it's always good to be able to get stuff off your chest and ask questions at times. You want to know what's going on with people. So that's why I appreciate this outlet and for all the people that tune in and tap in. Because what y'all do is y'all help give me other perspectives other than my own. Because y'all know what I do. I never tell you what to do. I just give you options of what can be done, right? I'm never going to say, hey, this is what you should do. I say, I'm listening to what you ask me. And then I'm going to tell you somewhere along the lines like what I got to say about that situation. I always play angels and devil's advocate, so you'll hear me talking on both sides. So I'm not talking out both sides of my mouth. I'm just really giving an objective perspective of what I've dissected on the questions that you asked me, right? So before we get into today's letter, it's the 27th of December, 2023. So I always got to give big birthday shout outs on today. It's a lot of them today, y'all. So my middle child, my daughter, Mimi, aka Sweet Pea, happy birthday to you. And you got a birthday twin, an actual twin, which is our goddaughter, young Destiny. Call her Puddin'. Her birthday, born on the exact same day, exact same year. What's up, Precious Cuts? So happy birthday to them too. Happy birthday to my nephew, Trey Day, aka ATG, Alex the Great. He born on the same day as his older cousin and of his auntie, who's the next person, Big Sissy. Ty, happy birthday to you, baby. And also Miracle, better known as Squirrel, happy birthday to you as well. And we got a couple birthdays tomorrow. We got my homegirl Mook. a.k.a. Monica G. Mook, your birthday tomorrow, girl. Happy birthday to you. And tomorrow also is my homie Slick. Rest in peace, baby. Slicky T. Birthday would have been tomorrow. So now we got the birthday shout outs out the way. I sounded like I was on a real run right there, wasn't I? It's a lot of people born in this December. That means, I'm going to tell you what it means. That means somebody was getting it on when spring hit. See, 9 months ago, it was spring again, March, April. So, when the weather outside got a little warmer, everybody wanted to take some clothes, want to walk around with a little something different on. So that's what y'all mamas was out there doing, walking around with some boy shorts, something like that. And, your daddies and came around and said, let me get that one time. And said, now, December come around and then baby pop out. See, spring. That's what happened. When spring happened, things sprang up and things sprang out. So that's big shout out to birthdays to all the people that's right now. What is it? Capricorn season, huh? Yeah, ooh, them Aquarius is around the corner, baby. Aquarius is coming. What up, Amber McFadden? What's going on with you all the way from STL? Good to see you home, girl. But so speaking of people walking around the house and a little bitty stuff. Now I'm not talking about you, Amber. I'm talking about spring again. We talking about something like that in today's topic, right? So today I call it inquisitive raunch, right? It was inquisitively raunchy. Basically, what I was looking at when I read this letter. This letter was something special to me just because it hit in a lot of different ways. Like, cause I've never had to ask this question, myself. And I hope nobody's ever had to ask this question about myself, but I understand it's times where, we're going to get into what the letter's all about, but it's times where you come from working out and stuff like that, or you get off work and you may have worked hard or something, and maybe you just took a bird bath or you went to work and you didn't know you was going to be in that thing working like you was working. So you may come in and things may not be all up to par, but, before we dive any further into that rabbit hole, let's get into this letter. As always, I appreciate anybody who's taking the time to write me, to email me, to text me, or whatever the case may be. I appreciate all of you who take out the time to listen in, to tap in and tune in anytime we got something to say right here on hot7025fm.com or on my Instagram, my Facebook Live, right? So again, salute to anybody who took the time to do that, and I appreciate you. So here we go. Let's pull it up. Dear the homie, I hope this letter finds you well. I have been grappling with a rather awkward situation lately, and I could really use your insight and advice. You see, I've found myself in a casual relationship, in air quotes, with someone, and I've noticed that their genital hygiene seems a little bit subpar as of late. It's an uncomfortable topic to bring up, and I don't want to hurt their feelings or make things awkward between us. However, that's another one in air quotes. What's going on, Georgina Hooker? However, I also believe that open communication is crucial for a healthy relationship, even if this is a casual one. I care about this person and want to address the issue in a considerate way. Now, do you have any suggestions on how to broach this sensitive subject, and then they put in bold letters, without making them feel embarrassed or defensive? I want to navigate this conversation with respect and kindness, ensuring that we both feel comfortable moving forward. Your answers and help would be greatly appreciated. Thank you in advance for your guidance. Sincerely, Seeking Hygiene Harmony. Oh, what's up? What's up, Albert Murray? Nah, dog, you ain't late. You ain't too late today, baby. The topic today is we talking about it. What you gonna do if somebody that you messing with, somebody you smashing, somebody that's smashing you, and they genital hygiene ain't up to par? You know what that means. Like, what's up, Antoine Rashad? Teeter in the building. But that's a legitimate question, because that's an intimate time. One thing's this: anybody who, if you got stanky nutsack, or if you got a putrid punani, I'm just gonna tell you, you smell it just like we smell it, or I should smell it just like you smelling it if it's me, whoever it is that's out there in these streets and they got, cottage cheese in their ball sack, or, you know what I mean, or in between their lips, or whatever the case may be. So you had to have been with this person before and their hygiene wasn't this way. So now, that's where we're at with it right now. This ain't a person who just said they fishy topics. Exactly. And it's not a person that just came and said, okay, this person I'm smashing they private thing. No, that's not what they saying. This is the person they say as of late. Because this person didn't give a he or a she, so they very ambiguous in this. That was nice and cool if you ooh. Exactly, that's a problem. You're right, Amber McFadden. It is a problem. It is a problem. So you got to look at this as if it hits your own damn nose first. It does. It does, Antoine. It does. Offer to shower together before sexy time. That's all I got. Hey, but you know what? You know what, T. Smith Adams? That is a way to kind of lean into it. But then again, you got to think. Everybody ain't got the dexterity to kind of stay on your feet in the shower all the time. You know what I mean? But sometimes you want to get in there. Let me just wash your body. Washing your body is sexy. To wash somebody up is sexy. But, most of the time, you don't really wash the intimate parts of a man to a woman. Women wash their own inside their lips, because I don't want to rub too hard or scratch you up with your loofah. You know what I mean? I don't want to do none of that. You know what I mean? I don't want to put too much soap in there. Now you got a yeast infection. I don't want to do any of that. So I will shower with you, though. I'll shower with you. I'll wash that body. I even catch that. I'll catch that crack. I'll wash it crack. But I ain't washing no clit. I'm not washing them lips. You have to shower the shower, okay? You have to shower the shower, okay? I get that, Ray Butler. I like that play on words. But what up, Mike Denardi, real estate in the building. But yeah, so I'll catch the crack. I'll wash all of that. You know what I mean? But I'm not washing them lips. I'm not taking that chance of messing you up. I'm not responsible for anything that's going on in between there when it comes to washing and scrubbing. You dig? So, but anyway, and women, I don't really like y'all. I don't want y'all scrubbing all on my dickhead either. I'm just going to let you know. Because you get too tough, that little sensitive skin underneath, that little underneath ain't the toughest skin. I just want it don't get a whole lot of sunlight. So it ain't the toughest skin. So I don't want you scrubbing on me thinking that you doing a good job by getting all the unreached dirt. Nah, I'll pull every part I need to do, lift everything I need to lift. But we can shower together. That is a good job there. Good job, T. Smith Adams. So let's go old school. I'm putting soapy water in the super soaker. Hey, that's how you sneak up on them. Plosh, plosh, splash, splash. You got to put something on them to make them want to rinse that thing off, right? So, I'm loving all of these answers coming back, right? Because there may have been a time when somebody has hit this situation, right? Because we speak so emphatically on it. We know, because I know if I've been, hooping, or if I've been, doing something aren't the most absorbent of scents, right? So if I can go take a leak, and when I do that, the smell come up in my nose, I know. What's up, Sonya Murray? I know that it's time for me to wash. You dig? I gotta wash, and amen. Wash your balls, man. Don't just be out there thinking that you in the shower and the water is rinsing off. Nah, man. Get in there, man. Get in there. Yeah, get in there. Make sure, because you got to think, man, if you want somebody to put their face into place, make sure it's safe. Anytime, and that go for men and women. Anytime you want somebody to put their face into place, make sure it's safe space. Ooh, that's a good one. Them bars. There we go. I'm gonna start bringing a notebook and writing down my one-liners. But anytime you want somebody to put their face in this place, make sure it's a safe space. You dig? Because if not, that's offensive. That's a couple of ways you got to look at it, right? So let's dive into, the question that, the person asked me is, how can they go about it? And they put in big bold print, without making them feel embarrassed. And they also put this, or defensive. What's up, Renee Hanna? How can you do it without them making feel embarrassed or defensive? Because you got to think, you hitting somebody with some news like this, like, hey, bruh, hey, my boy, your nuts is stinking, so I'm gonna need you. We gonna have to figure this out. Or you be like, my girl, yeah. So about that, I don't really like tuna, so I'm gonna need you to not try to serve it to me. So you got, you don't want to make anybody feel defensive or embarrassed about the way you say. It says slide them a towel with some soap. Yeah, I mean, hey, whatever it takes to kind of break that ice, literally break it. in case of emergency, break glass. Remember them condoms they used to sell back in the day and they was in plastic? In case of emergency, break glass. Maybe they need like little body washes with with one of them little fold up towels that you can kind of pull out and wash underneath your arms with. Some of y'all done took some whole baths / bird baths. Would you say you don't shower with no damn body? Ain't nothing sexy about it. You say ain't nothing sexy about it, Mike. I don't know, Denardi. You got, hey, I'm telling you, you got to get you a shower with a woman, but make sure you got a detachable shower head. It's magic can happen in that shower, Denardi. Thank me later. Thank me later, bruh. It is something sexy about that. Stop that. Don't ever say nothing sexy about showering with somebody. Yes, especially with a detachable shower head, because it do a lot of the work for you. Hey. I'm just here to tell you what the world love. You know what I'm saying? So again, you it's the homie. What's up, Nora Karma? Little sister in the building. But you say you crying. I'm telling you that you don't sleep on shower with nobody, Denardi. I'm just letting you know, bro. Okay, so let's dive into a couple things, right? So I've taken the time to dissect this thing and write a couple answers down. What'd you say, McFadden? There are too many products available for him or her to use. It is. It's a lot of stuff that you can clean. They got intimate cleaning soaps, like the ones that are lighter in scent or no scent and less and better for sensitive skin, because in intimate areas you need to make sure that they clean. That's like your house, right? In your house, it's 2 rooms that gotta be clean, or else I really can't even come visit you. You know what I mean? And that's your bathroom and your kitchen. Those are the intimate areas, right? So think of your body as those like your intimate areas, right? What's up, Daryl Houston? How was your birthday, bro? Hope you celebrated well, pimpin'. But what up, Dane? What's going on, bro? You gotta think like this, your kitchen. Make sure your kitchen clean, or, make sure your bathroom clean, or, you know what I mean? You can't be out here, faking the funk on a nasty dunk trying to get somebody to suck on your, you know what I mean? You can't be doing that. You can't be getting nobody to try to dive in and you got a cesspool between your thigh meat. That ain't cool. That ain't not cool. So let's get that established. That's one thing. So the question still was, how do you tell this person? I've had some interesting things. People said suggest take a shower with them. Somebody said hand them a towel with some soapy water on that thing. Somebody said, hit them with a super soaker full of soapy water. He said approach the situation with love. LUV, Dak. I feel you. You got it. You have to approach it with love. So one thing's first. First thing, number one. Anytime you're going to deliver some news of any magnitude, right, that may go either way, that's sort of like that straddle the fence type of news. You say sometimes the funky clothes. Hey, something had to make them clothes funky. I can't just say it's just the funky clothes. What'd you say, T. Smith Adam? It says, okay, lay them on the bed, stay sexy with it, and slip them underwear off, then intentionally toss them towards their face. If they gag on their own scent, then the problem is solved. Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one. So fellas, if your boxer briefs hit your face and you be like, or ladies, if them boy shorts or them whatever kind of panties you wearing, if they hit your face and you damn near vomit, there it is. The proof is in the pudding. That's technically the proof is in the pudding, right? But again, there it is. You have to find my number one reason is you have to choose the right time and place. That right there is an appropriate time and place. I salute you on that, T. Smith Adams. I really do. That is an excellent suggestion. I didn't even write that down in my stuff. I didn't. That was a good one. But it deals with the perfect time and place, right? Because it's crucial to bring up matters that are private in a comfortable setting, right? So if you're having sex, that's comfortable for y'all, hopefully. Hopefully you feeling good about being there. You feeling sexy time about it, right? It has to be a comfortable setting, right? You don't want to be around other people, and you want to avoid addressing it during a time when you're heated. You don't want to bring this up, be like, well, you know what, with your old funkies, you know what I mean? You don't want to just hit nobody with that one, because that's not, especially because what the writer said was they want to be able to feel comfortable moving forward. So they still gonna fool with them. They liking that D or they liking that P, whatever it is they getting from this person. They liking it. They just ain't liking the way it is as of late. right? So they want to move forward. So you want to, again, never address it in the heat of no moments, or in a public place, because that's where it can lead to embarrassment or defensiveness, right? Because you think if you're in public and you hit somebody with, babe, your vagina is smelly, or honey, your nutsack makes me want to vomit. If you hit somebody with that in public, they wonder who else done heard, because they can't believe their own ears. They be like, Monday, ¿qué? Perdóname. They hitting you with all them like, no, you didn't. In public. Though, we gonna be out here at Lucky Dog, we out here Top Golf, and you gonna tell me that my nutsack stank in public? Who else heard you say that? So again, you have to find the proper setting, right? Make sure it's nowhere where anybody else can be involved in the situation, because it involves you too. It involves y'all, right? That's step number one. Step number two would be, use statements that include the word I. Use I statements, mean express them from a perspective from your own perspective. And that's going to be able to avoid making it feel like it's any accusing going on. Like, I think, I think something wrong with you, because a lot of times that may be what it is. It may not just been a workout. A lot of times when you got smells and smells that don't really add up, something wrong. Something wrong. And like that's like if your kitchen stank, something in the trash that's old and dead. If your kitchen stank, your garbage stank. If your garbage stank, it's something in it that's dead. So if your is stinking, think about that. It may be something wrong. So again, you want to make sure you use I statements, because it's coming from your perspective, right? For example, you might want to say, I've noticed that sometimes it's a bit uncomfortable, and I thought that it would be good for us to talk about personal care, or, our personal care routines, or, certain things to ensure that we both on the same page. Make sure you're including yourself in the wanting to find out the answer to why it is the way it is. That's very important. You have to make sure you include yourself in the situation, right? Use those I statements, and that'll go a long way in preventing them from feeling so uncomfortable about it. You say this was a missed opportunity for dude wipes or Summer's Eve wipes as a stocking stuffer. Oh, shit. Oh, that's funny to me. T. Smith Adams, because I'm going to tell you why that's funny to me, T. Smith Adams, because I carry dude wipes everywhere. If you look at my glove compartment, it's some in a Ziploc bag right now. You look at my backpack for work, it's some in a Ziploc bag right now. I don't go nowhere without no dude wipes. Best invention ever. Best invention ever. Big old towels that keep you clean and ready to rock, right? Or Summer's Eve. Summer's Eve wipes, if you got to make sure them stay zipped up real tight, because, they got a little vinegar in there, so you can't let that dry up. You wipe with an old Summer's Eve wipe, boy, they going to have all kind of abrasion inside. Woo! Man, that's like a lemon juice torture. You wipe with an old Summer's Eve wipe, they better make sure that thing moist. But yeah, it's a good idea. They teach me about, you are on fire today. You on fire. You the main one. You the one that said throw their drawers in their face. You on fire today. David P. Anderson, what's happening? But again, so basically, let's roll back. Let's recap, right? So we talking about how do you handle it if your casual sex. The reason I'm making sure I'm emphasizing your casual partner, because if it's your main thing, you should feel a little more comfortable in making sure that that these things ain't occurring, because you can see what's happening with them a little bit more. Because sometimes when it's your side piece, your sneaky link, you know what I mean? Your casual partner, y'all not always in each other's presence when hygienical activities are occurring. Right? You say they come individually wrapped, no excuses. You right. There you go, Am. They come wrapped individually. So you ain't got to worry about popping the top on them Summer's Eve thing. Look, T. Smith Adams said it over here on Facebook, and McFadden.Amber said it over here on Instagram. They come individually wrapped. Let them know, y'all. No excuses. I'm going to tell you like this. Excuses are like buttholes. Everybody got them and they always stink. I'm not here for no excuses. I'm not here for no excuses. So let's recap. So what do you do if your partner, your sneaky link, your side piece, has some issues as of late going on in their genital department as far as aromas and scents and things of that nature? How do you handle it? That's what we going over, right? So the first thing I said was you got to choose the right time and place to tell people about this. Can't just bust it out anywhere they want to do, right? Second thing I said is you have to include I statements. Make sure you coming from your perspective so they don't feel attacked or feel like you're accusing them of being a problem of sorts, right? Even though they may be, a problem. It's a problem because it's interrupting y'all get down. Because apparently the person who wrote the letter is liking what's going on when the smell is right. So let's get the smell together. So the way to tell them is number one, number two. Now, number three, what I would say is focus on excuse me. Hold on, my phone. Spam risk going off on my phone. Anyway, so focus on the well-being of the conversation, right? Get off of there, stupid spam. On the well-being frame the conversation in terms of overall health. That's the part I'm talking about where, this could be a health issue if the scents are going awry, right? You know what I mean? Focus on overall health other than your own personal preference. Because if you say it's something that you like, that you not liking, that, you don't think is healthy, that people don't always take it well, you're not the boss of me. You don't know everything. You're not perfect. They get defensive. Again, we're trying to avoid any embarrassment or defensiveness, right? So make sure you look at it as an overall health thing other than personal preferences, right? You can mention that maintaining good hygiene is essential for preventing infection or essential for preventing any sort of discomfort. Because nobody ever want to be the musty kid. Nobody ever want to be the funky person. So I always say this, it's not the message, it's the delivery. You really don't care who's driving the Amazon truck. You just want to make sure they don't just throw your boxes any kind of way and mishandle your stuff. Right? So it's not what you're saying. It's how you say the things, when you say the things, how do you deliver this message? Right? So make sure you're using those I statements. Make sure you choose a comfortable place, focus on overall health, and then offer solutions that y'all could come up with together. When you include yourself, include you in there, let's do this together. Studies show that, people are on a weight loss journey. If they do it together, it's usually more of a successful journey. If you're on a smell loss journey, do it together. Even though your ish may be in order, because apparently if you bringing this to the table, your goods is good. Your goods are good. So if your goods are good, regardless, still give them an opportunity to take you on the journey with them or go on the journey with you. And let's do this hygiene thing from square one together. Instead of making it a one-sided conversation, ask for their input on how to have good hygiene practices. Ask them what they think good hygiene practices could be, or, how would you make this better for us if it were me? Or even if it's not, if it were me, how would you make this better if this question was posed to you, or if you were posing this question? Make sure it, turn the discussion into a collaborative effort. Include yourself in the rebirth and the journey and the growth, right? Include yourself. And it'll make it less awkward and it'll be more constructive. IMO, in my opinion. So you got to make sure that you're not just leaving them out there on the ledge, right? Don't just leave them out there hanging I told you what I told you, and what you gonna do? What else gonna do? That wouldn't be, what's up, Pimpin' Ken? That wouldn't be a good way for you to feel. What's going on, Lady Goombari? if that were the situation being presented to you. You wouldn't want to be left out there on the ledge with all this vital information and, you know, all these bombs dropped on you. You know what I'm saying? Coolio, you wouldn't want that just, you know, dropped on your head. So make sure that you delivering things in the way that you would want to receive them. That I've learned throughout my years. You know, I ain't always been the most level-headed. So I've learned throughout the years that, you know, like I told you, DJ Rod, you know, DJ Count, you know, Rod told me one day, you know, you fight fire better with water, you know. So this is a way of putting the water on this fire by including yourself in it. Make it a collaborative effort, make the journey a group journey. Because again, in your letter, it's letting me know it's giving off good D or giving off good P. You know, whatever you're receiving from this person who you feel like, what's going on, Pam? And whatever you feeling like getting from this person that you feeling like is not up to par as of late with their hygiene, you want to keep them around because you said you want y'all both to feel comfortable. Let me see on your words. Moving forward, meaning you want to go from where you're at to the next level or continue going in that direction you were going. So things are good in the dick 'em down department, whether you giving or receiving it, you know. So now you got to understand, that's why you got to make it a collaborative effort. It includes both of y'all. It's not like you just trying to tell them they walking around stinking. No, it's when you get down to it, you know. And again, like some of the people said already here on the line, like it hit their nose first. So they know, but they may think you cool with it. So if you address it in these ways, like I said, number one, find the right place, the right time. You know, that's going to make sure it's a comfortable setting, and that'll eliminate a lot of the defensiveness and embarrassment. If you make sure you're using I statements and including yourself in, you know, the understanding, you know, and I've noticed a little bit that it's a little hard for people to talk about these things. So, you know, let's talk about personal routines. You know, you focus on the overall health of it all. Like, you know, just, you know, I think it's a healthier way if we make sure our hygiene practices are up. You know, what you say, T. Smith Adams? I got it. Replay the audio of this show the next time they come over for sexy time. Hey, that's a good one. Hey, I'm cool with that. That'll give me some more spins. I'm okay with that. So y'all save it, send it out, tell a person to tune in. You know, if it's time for sexy time and you want them to, hey, you want to let's watch this show real quick. And you ask them, what you think about what he's saying? What you think about what 360 talk about? You know? That's a good way to look at it too. You know what I mean? And again, like when you focusing on overall health, make sure that you make it an inclusive thing, right? Look for solutions that can include both of you all, you know, because again, you're enjoying each other. You're enjoying their company. It's just these few times as of late, things ain't really hitting on what they hitting on, because again, if it's something new, then it might be something wrong. And and the person that you're talking about may not even be aware that that's a possibility, right? You know, just not the smell, right? You loving the stroke. You just don't like the smell of the stroke. You know what I mean? Like that's like people that like chitlins. People that like chitlins love chitlins, but don't nobody like the smell of chitlins. I don't care if you have chitlin loving something. Nobody like the smell of the preparation for the chitlins, right? So think about it like that. You know, you loving they little chitlin. So tell them to make sure they clean that thing before they get to you. You just want the plates, the plated chitlin. You don't want the unclean chitlin. I don't even eat chitlins, but I know what the smell of them like. My granny used to have the kitchen funky on the holidays, you know? So think about that. Again, make sure you're including yourself in it as an overall health thing, and also a way to kind of be more constructive and collaborative in finding a solution. Right? And lastly, never ate chitlins because I can't get past the smell. Exactly. Me either, Pamela. And I never wanted to, like, I'm going to tell you, I tried them once because, again, having a granny that's from the South, you know, Bernice, she wasn't having it. She was not having it. She was like, you going to try these chitlins. You going to try it with some of the spaghetti. You going to try it with some of this coleslaw. You going to try it with some hot sauce. So that means I had to take 4 different bites. What's up, Randini? I had to take 4 different bites of chitlins, and I ain't like nan one of them. Nan combination of them, Pam. So I feel you. The smell is just embedded in my brain. So you don't want this smell, seeking hygiene, harmony, to be embedded in your brain like the smell of chitlins, right? So you got to talk to this person. Again, they may not know, especially if it's a young lady that wrote this and it's a guy we talking about. Because dudes, again, we talked about this some weeks ago, how we don't go to the doctor for nothing. So we ain't thinking about something might be wrong, or maybe the person has just gotten comfortable. You right, McFadden.Amber? You right. The person may have gotten comfortable. But again, if they getting comfortable and now this smell coming out, were they just putting on a show before? Were they putting on a show and now this is just how they rock? That mean they hygiene really bad? So you as the person who enjoying this sexy time with them, you got to know like they really just been showering on your accord, They may just been showering before just because they thought that's what you wanted. But now that you accepting them for their sweaty stankiness, they be like, shh, I'm good now. Shoot, here we come. We coming through with the stanky balls. Nah, man, that's why you got to talk about these things. But again, you have to be compassionate about it. You have to be compassionate. Remember that discussing personal hygiene can be an embarrassing thing. So the proper approach to this conversation has to be done with both kindness and understanding. You right, Pimpin' Ken. Wash. Would you say the solution is wash your ass? We all have been hitting it from the back and smelled the slight shit. I don't want it though. That's where them dude wipes come in for the guys, and that's where the wet toilet wipes come in for the women. If I go to a woman's house and I go in the bathroom and you ain't got no flushable wipes, that let me know something about you. You out there with some skid marks in your drawers somewhere, because you had to hurry up and drop a deuce and then hurry up and go and get ready. So I don't want to hear nothing about it. Everybody can't just get right back in the shower, because sometimes that deuce hit you, sneak up on your ass. As soon as you got the shower, you good and clean, you got all smelling good and man, I got to get this out before I go out and party. So now if you ain't got no wet toilet wipes at your house as a woman, I'm judging you. I'm lying. I'm not judging you because I don't own a gavel, but I'm thinking at you. I'm looking at you a little different. So wash your ass. That's the number one solution. Men, women, anybody in between, wash your ass. That ain't cool to be out here giving out these putrid smells into the ozone layer. You messing up the ozone layer with these stinking smells. That's toxic, player. You know what I mean? So again, approach these conversations with some compassion, with some understanding, with a little bit of kindness. You know what I mean? Reassure them. Let them know, like, I'm only bringing this to the surface because, I care about you and your well-being, and I care about us, and I want to make sure this is a good experience for us both. Because right now, player, I ain't liking what I'm smelling. I am not liking it. If it's a woman that's not liking it, she drying up. She drying up on you, player. So you better hope you spitting on it, because she drying up. If a woman don't got a smell she ain't liking, it can go from the Atlantic Ocean to the Sahara Desert in 2.5 seconds. Oh man, as a man, if you catch one of them sour scents, man, listen, it's shrivel time. Shrinkage. You can focus. You can try to focus. I've known people who've talked about focusing through the funk. I tried to focus through the funk one time in my young years, and it's been scoring ever since. I ain't been able to do that since a teenager. I don't want it. I'm going from this to this. Turtleneck immediately. If it stank, I'm out. Deuces. That song should have been out a long time ago. That song should apply to that. When you say, and some deuces, I'm gone. I'm gone. Turtleneck. I'm telling you, don't know what turtleneck is? Picture a turtle walking around, that head all the way out that shell. That's what that thing looking like. It's like looking for the nana. But as soon as he, let me get back. Retract. Turtle. I'm going straight back into that shell, dog. I'm going straight back into the shell. People quit calling me. on my phone. Call 702-551-5261 if you're trying to talk to your boy. 702-551-5261. What it say? Be sneaky with it. Have some spray hand sanitizer come close and spritz it. It'll burn. Be like, oh, baby, let's go wash it off and we get back to it. Man, so like, if the smell wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, you could almost hit it with, I know people that get down with Listerine strips. You dig? You'll thank me later. I know people that get down with Listerine strips, but you may have to just put that one on there, let it sizzle on that thing one time on its own, right? And be careful. Before y'all go out there pulling Listerine strips, put them on your tongue. Don't use the whole thing. I'm letting you know right now. Do not, I repeat, do not use the whole thing. I'm telling you, all y'all out there trying to do this Altoid stuff, do not use the whole thing. Hashtag management. Management is telling you, don't use the whole Altoid. Do not use the whole breath strip, because you're going to mess up. You're going to get something in that little hole and it's going to burn. Let it burn. Just letting you know. Trying to be out there sneaking, trying to clean up the environment, and you're going to mess around and sizzle some stuff off. I'm just telling you what God love. But I'm just telling you, so again, let's go back and recap a little bit, right? We talking about, what do you do if your sex partner, your casual partner, the person you sneaky leak, your little side piece, whatever, right? Yada da mean. If yada da mean is out there and all of a sudden, not always, but as of late, started to slip a little bit in the genitalia hygiene department, how do you approach them? What do you talk to them about? Do you just cut them off? Do you tell them that you feel disrespected? Do you go off on them? What do you do? How do you do it? Again, I always tell you, it's options I give you, right? I give you options. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you, there's a few different ways. We've had people tune in. They told us that you can try to shower with them. We've had people tune in, say you hand them a wet wipe, What you say, if the letter's from a man, he could be throwing her pH off with the products he's using. So you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, McFadden, not Amber. Fellas, we got to realize sometimes, like, right? We be throwing that pH balance off. Like, as you get older, you start looking into things, right? Looking into, like, if you're really interested in the female sex, as a man, you look into things that are satisfactory to them, things that throw off their balances and like that, right? And I learned about the pH balance and, certain, perfumes or certain lotions or, certain things that may be on my skin. What'd you say, Pimpkin? Excuses? Yeah, I mean, it may come off as excuses. But we do throw some of their stuff off. But that's the thing about it. If we tuned in and we making these inclusive and collaborative effort conversations, then we can talk about that. Maybe, baby, maybe I'm throwing your pH balance off. That give you a chance to raw dog. No, just what'd you say? See, Mike Donardi said, hey, I love natural musk on a woman. See? He probably like to sniff his mustache all day long. That's how you know. That's how you know. You can tell what a woman smell like. That mustache gonna smell just like it. I don't care if you shower right after. So you better hope it's a pleasant scent. You better hope it's pleasant. If you all my mustached brothers out there, if you got a stash, that's a flavor saver, my neighbor. That's a flavor saver. So you better hope whatever why you eating that is got the okay. Pimpin' Ken said musk and funk are two different things. This is true because some women got that natural scent, like and to get that, it's you nasty, Mike. You probably like golden showers. So he said, I tell my women don't even worry about a shower. See, you nasty. You trying to get funk. I'm okay with a little musk. You say T. Smith said play the Brad Funktified during sexy time. Because you know there's sexy time coming back, T. Smith Adams. They ain't never said they gonna stop smashing. Pam's eyes is wide open. I feel you. I can't do no funk. I ain't with no funk. I ain't with you on that one, Mike Nardi Real Estate. Now a little, natural aroma. I like it. It said if it make your eyes water, leave it alone. ASAP. That's the truth. If it's ammonia, man, you better run for the hills. You better spray some peroxide on that thing, or put some holy water on the start shaking holy water on that thing or something. Cause if it make your eyes water, it needs some distilled water, some spring water, it needs some alkaline water. It's all kind of stuff off up in there. Again, so these are the things you got to pay attention to. Be willing to talk about them if they thrown off. If it's thrown off, then what you normally would be, smelling. If it's thrown off by what you normally would be tasting, then you got to be willing to dive in and discuss these things, especially if it's somebody who you rocking with like that. If ain't no need to throw the train off the tracks if you can just get them greased up the right way, right? Get the tracks working. Make sure all the cutoffs is proper. Make sure everything is going in the right direction to keep y'all chugging along, right? So you got to be willing to talk about these things. Y'all know how I am about communication. Y'all know. I always tell you, I say this every episode. You got to listen to absorb instead of listening to respond. Yep. Sterling David, communication is key. You got to be willing and able to talk about and to listen what the other person's idea of what they have going on is, or what they think you have going on is. So again, find the right place. Again, use I statements. Include yourself in it because you really want to know. You want to know. So don't be afraid to include yourself. You say if you can't talk, you shouldn't be sexing. This is the truth. Man, I wish we'd have known that our whole lives. Because, sometimes you have, as a youngster, you smash somebody or get smashed by somebody or whatever the case may be. And you can't even talk to them about nothing. It's just only that. It's only the sex, right? And it's okay if that is the majority of it, but you got to be able to communicate these things about what you feel comfortable with moving forward. Because if you like sexing each other, you got to tell each other that in some way and not just by just keep fucking. Excuse my expression. It ain't sometimes about just always smashing over and over again. Sometimes you have to be willing and able to say let's talk about, I really enjoyed when you did this, or, let's do more of this, or man, have you ever thought about trying this? So you got to be willing to communicate and talk to the people it is, especially, if we out here sexing, that's you sharing part of your you sharing energy, right? So you can share some words, share some understanding with one another, but you got to be able and willing to say, especially if your nose hairs are burning. Or you can play the stanky leg on the way to the house, like T. Smith Adams said. Yeah, if your nose hair is burning, you got to be able to, even if you got to, find a way, because help me help you is what you telling them. Help me help you. What is it that you think? Again, get inclusive with it. What is it that you think that we can do about this? Because it's us. Tell them your favorite Outkast CD was Stank on You. But that was one of my favorite Outkast albums. It might be ATLians though. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, you don't want your nose hairs burning. You don't want your sheets to be smelling like, if they coming and visiting you and they stinking up your sheets. Now you got to wash your sheets. You got to, you know what I mean? Like, oh man, I dated a girl one time back in the day, and this is back when locks was first coming out, right? Locks was first getting popular, and people didn't really know the care method of locks at the time. So, it's way super duper duper fast forward, you know what I mean? But my pillowcase would smell like her hair when she left. So I kept changing out pillowcases and my sheets and stuff. And, I wasn't able to talk to her. Or I didn't know how to talk to her. Or I didn't understand the power of communication at the time. I'm 20-something years old. You know what I mean? So I didn't know anything at that time. Now, fast forward, now I'm damn near 50. And I know a little bit more. So, but then I didn't have the ability in me, or didn't have the know-how or the wherewithal to have that conversation. And nowadays, if we got the ability to ask me a question about it, you can be able to talk to them about a whole lot of stuff. Exactly. Buy their products and leave them in the bathroom. Hey, I started that, man, back when Bath and Body Works and Victoria's Secrets had all the pears and the peach and all that. Oh, man, listen. Don't let me have a little girlfriend and, in my little apartment or something like that. What's going on, Chloe? Don't let me have something like that. I'm going to have all kind of little smell good and a little, what they call those things? I forgot. With your toiletry basket. Yeah, a little toiletry basket in the corner on the shower caddy. That's what it is. What I'm talking about, shower caddy. Oh, man, you got to be able to initiate the conversation. But again, be willing. But you got to find out what it is they like. So be willing to talk to them and absorb what they trying to get across. When they say you pick up what I'm dropping, you have to be able to find it, see it, acknowledge it, then pick it up. And pick it up and put it in your pocket. Don't just pick it up and just throw it behind you because you said you picked it up. In the process, you have to be willing to absorb the conversation, right? Be willing to dive in with them. So again, find the right place. Use the I statements. Focus on the overall health, right? Also find solutions together. Find things y'all can do together. Because y'all getting it on together. So why not find things y'all can do together to make sure that y'all can continue to get it on in a way that, you both enjoy. Because when you make it a collaborative effort, then you may find out some things about yourself that they may be wanting to talk about as well. But if you're the first one to initiate that conversation, then you get a chance to kind of control the narrative and how it's going to come across, and then make sure finally that you be compassionate when you do tell them. Don't be an asshole. Being an asshole ain't never cool, I don't really like it. I don't like bullies. I don't like assholes. You can be assholish from time to time or have asshole tendencies from time to time, but don't just be totally consumed with being that asshole person. Don't be bully in any kind of way. I don't like bullies. I used to fight bullies. Check my resume. Ask anybody. Check my resume. I fight bullies. But anyway, not getting on that subject. But be compassionate when you talk to people, right? Because remember, discussing this is an intimate conversation. And make sure that you bring it up to let them know that you want to experience this in a better way together. Right? So with that being said, as always, I want to thank everybody who tuned in and tapped in. I want to thank my letter writer, Seeking Hygiene Harmony, for tapping in with me and asking this question, because it's something that may help somebody else out that would not have known how to handle this situation or wouldn't have even known that this is an issue that anybody else may have been going through. A lot of times when we find out somebody else is going through the same thing, we feel a little bit lighter about the situation. It's not as pressing on us, right? So remember, communication is key whenever you're dealing with intimate topics. Thank you for that applause, Pam. It's crucial. It's a crucial aspect in maintaining positive and healthy relationships. You have to be willing to talk, but you have to be even more willing to listen. Don't just hear people, but listen to them. That's going to help you keep a healthy relationship, okay? Remember that open communication is always that key, and that approaching each conversation with empathy can make all the difference in the world. All right, so until next time, if you want to holler at the homie, make sure you send me an email at hollaatthehomie@gmail.com. That's HOLLAATTHAHOMIE@gmail.com, or shoot me a text if you got my number, or send me a message over here at Hot 7025 FM. They'll make sure they get it to me. And always title it Holla at the Homie in the subject line. So, and until next time, always remember, the homie's here to holla at you. And all you got to do, just pick up the phone or hit me online. I got you. So until next time, peace and blessings with all y'all. And I'm still going to keep y'all posted on what we got going on in my world and in my life. But until then, I'm going to holla at y'all in a minute.